But the thing is that if they ever fall behind, doing that is going to cost them dearly, because they're going to have to engage into the 6-man roster of BLG plus Tibbers. Where, okay, I know I've got mid prio, I've got top prio as well, but if neither of those two lanes end up coming to help you, what's the point?
Oh, and nicely done by Ben with the E flash punch shear right back into Shadow's waning arms. He doesn't even need to use flash. It is first blood for BLG.
Sheer.
Sure.
The main part of this is actually that the Kaiser is beginning to get solo XP and is going to be very accelerated on that experience game, whereas Sheer, who's just top forward, no W now.
And still no flash available. Shadow can easily jump on top of him. IYY's here for the counter gank, but it just might be a little too late. Yes, they could maybe trade one back onto On as it comes at the cost of IYY's flash, but Shadow is still so strong in the early game against the Wukong. No Cyclone available, no CC, and Shadow and L can easily just gun him down. Jue will be able to make an escape with that dredge line, but still overall victory for BLG.
Up to this top side.
Oh, they're calling it
BLG
off.
looking to freeze that top wave. It does look like you've mentioned here that the play for the Grub's not necessarily an important one. They were quite happy to deny Jiachi as much gold as possible. And that is something that they've been successful in. I will say there was, like I say, that frozen wave on that top side. Now a wave that's been denied under that turret while Jiachi goes to look for helping those Grubs.
He'll set up for BLG.
Yeah, you get stunned and knocked up at the same time with this Bronze in Zao combo. Hold on.
Turning it back around on the night. Nicely done by Care. Okay. Let's go!
Well, that previously might have been a little bit lacking. So far, their composition is all about dive, and I mean, I'm looking at the gold disadvantage that they're falling behind, and that they're going to have to try and do that versus a Braum, and that really does fill me with a little bit of anxiety for this FPX composition.
Available at BLG's disposal, and he just needs that extra bit of tenacity as well as magic resistance for the burst damage. Sheer, though, might be in a world of trouble here as a 3-man dive is incoming.
Clear the wave!
He uses
Clear the
needlework
wave!
to clear the wave, but BLG going to continue the dive anyway, and Knight can easily tank it up with the tower and Tibbers, and BLG pull off another kill onto Sheer.
Yeah, and this is the sort of 4th or 5th time in this series that they've been able to find Sheer isolated and sideways.
Oh, no!
Oh dear, 1Q and dead. Okay, I mean, that's the power of Lucian Braum right there, and I love to see that Elka and On were actually willing to go for that. Jiachi really recognizing the burst potential of an, at the time, 2-0 Lucian.
Well, BLG, they didn't get the first 3 grubs, but they didn't even need the first 3 grubs to secure the first brick of the game. And they already got the feats of warfare with the first 3 kills.
There's a pink ward in the red buff bush that will spot him out if he steps too far forward.
Oh, he's just gonna hop over the Rift Herald pit, trying to see if he can threaten Shadow that way, but Jue got caught by On's Braum. The Rift Herald is secured by Pear, out of all people! And he's gonna get out thanks to the Between Worlds hop. I guess no one in the end is going to be able to take the eye from the Rift Herald, but at least it's a denial away from BLG.
Yeah, now there may be more though here after. You can see Care sneaks in, takes the eye, but BLG, they're taking the blue and they want more.
Care doesn't really have any more big spells left. He's just going to go for a full burst combo, but jumping into the face
Double
of
flash.
all 3 BLG members might have been a little ill-fated, and Care will toss his advantage away, trying to create something for the rest of FPX members, but IYY can't really get in there, forced to use the Cyclone just as a retreat method, and he dies anyway to Elk on the escape route, just getting gunned down in the streets, and Elk just really showing the power of dual blickies there.
Just immediately respond to the Aurora by flashing on top of her. Flash from Shadow for the knockup. On as well. It's easier for them to pick up for themselves, and in this stage of the game, BLG just need to find whatever gold they can, continue to build out that gold lead, and then attempt to push that advantage even more. Care, potentially the focus down on this bot side. We're seeing IYY look to make a sneaky play down in the bot lane.
Versus in FPX's jungle.
And this is just a really clinical way of getting yourself a bigger advantage, right? Like what we talk about so frequently is what happens when the turrets go down. It's you take the enemy jungle, and looks like Jue may be even one of those camps.
I mean, good depth charge into the Cyclone, but instantly punted away by the Crescent Guard. Can Care find a good flank here? None of the members that are important and vital to BLG have been damaged, and Elk with the calling just pushes them all back. So can Care really look for something? And he says, yeah, this is not happening. And no!
Oh!
And then you wave, and anti-stun puts a stop to his
TP.
escape tracks. He's going to try to look for the TP, but Ben just bashes flashes him over the head.
Jauchi underneath this tier 2 turret. I don't know that he knows that there are so many people lurking trying to make him regret being here.
Good side step.
Flash.
Did you really want to throw out the question mark emote? Well, I guess it comes at the cost of his flash. BLG are just running away with the game again here, Rude. And I don't know if we're going to see a mishap happen again.
Again, having a very solid performance in a series that maybe is more expected, but one that BLG can take home and be very confident in that they are making better choices.
And I remember all of the pre-AL BLG series, and this should be the Otacon secured for free by BLG.
And I will say, looking back at FPX with Shadow, some of the wins that they got in split number 2, they take a series off of AL, they took a series off of BLG. When teams play top and see how well that ends up boding for them, because that tends to be the regular season litmus test as to whether or not you are a top team or just having a little bit of a struggle. As now IYY deciding he wants to fight, actually. Gets exhausted.
IYY might have thought that they had the numbers advantage since it's all 5 members here and only 2 showing. Shadow might be caught out. Crescent Guard delays the fight a little bit. Care gets a big shutdown bounty. And Between Worlds will at least end On's life. Bin now under fire as Jauchi goes for the chase with the killer instinct. But here comes Elk. That's the big daddy in Lucian. Now with the dual blick, he's looking to gun him down with the culling. Pew, 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 goes down 2 in an instant. BLG will continue to assert their dominance in this game as now Care will throw out a couple emails as a plea for maybe some mercy, but there is no mercy in this dojo in the house of BLG.
There's a couple of issues for Elk there, ready to rescue this. Going to have any of those game 1 blunders reappear in game number 2 as now Dre potentially just dead.
Yeah, he's gonna spider knot his way away.
Oh, and another one.
But
a donation.
Oh no, the teleport coming in. I mean, IYY is here, but does he really want to try and salvage share? He just died again. It's like game 1 when he teleported in with the rumble, and as soon as he popped in, he's like, it just gets deleted off the face of the rift, and BLG are gonna be very grateful.
This build for the Lucian trying to take down the Baron has now been maybe the focus.
Bin, maybe the sacrificial lamb here, does flash over the wall. Jauchi commits with the killer instinct.
One more
auto attack. It's the flash. It's an 1100 gold bounty, but Knight with the flash W. There, he lands it this time. And now Jauchi throwing up the question mark emote once again. This time he should be able to make his grand escape. No flash available, no problem. The rest of BLG do not have what it takes as On gets sucked in. Okay, guys, we gotta be careful here. Thankfully, the unbreakable shield is just BS. And Cubby, that is why Braum is getting his armor nerfed again.
Doing it at a pace that is methodical and that makes sense. As FPX look to get into the pit, the Drake's already gone. And I think that wisely they recognize, well, we'll not...
flank here on the right side, gets spotted by that control ward, and they're already trying to turn the heat up on the IYY. They dropped away in an instant. Elk, I think, just did it all by himself. And yeah, good night, Care. Gets deleted from the Rift, and FPX now down to 3 members once again to try and make the impossible happen, which... more than likely, not going to be the case here. BLG just going to continue trucking on forward, taking out this inhibitor on the bottom side of the map. And look at the unbreakable shield, so much value. No damage coming in from FPX whatsoever.
One inhibitor down in the bot side. Final fight from FPX.
Flash Cyclone. Okay, Elk is eviscerated by Sheer with the needlework and the snip, but still BLG remains strong with the remaining 4 members. And just like that, as we predicted, we thought it was going to be very dominant coming out for BLG, and the story did unfold just like that. BLG will sweep FPX 2-0.
Yeah, and honestly, a series...
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.